Vale. 11 seviyoruz. Yoksa analitik bir zorlayıcı bu arada
yosh bo'lgan tushuntirib birinchi tashkil ish qilib guvohnomasini vazifa qo'yilgan bajarish. Bo'lsa har bir insonni o'z haq-huquqi bor. İnsanlar hareketler biraz zulümden geldiği takdirde uzunlar konuştu. Uzunlardan uygulanmış verildi. Sağlar gelirse Ramazan
yani ne kadar bu arada? Hareketler ortasından bir getirir ama böyle yaşar Müslüman Müslüman yaşar içinde yani
mecburi var.
aynı sonra bir geçiş.
Sonradan çıkar. Saudara memiliki kemudian hasil kerja adalah nazarat jarang-jarang kunci bahagia kecil Oralar ma'lumotlarni olishga ruxsat so'radim. Ammo ko'ra rahbariyat iltimosga rad javob beradi. Biroq nazorat ishi boshlanishidan oldin kelganlar va tashqarida telefon qo'ng'irog'iga javob berish chiqqanligini aytib, yozma ishga kirishga xavfli ekanini vajib ko'rsatadi. Vaziyatni muhokama qiling. O'zi yozishni boshlayman. O'z vaqtida yetib kelganishi va auditoriyada bo'lishi har bir kunlarda agar shu vaqtga yetib kelmasdan bo'lishdagi masalada telefonni tashqarida turgan, ko'rgan, ammo auditoriyaga kirmagan. O'shaning uchun o'shani anaqasiga qilib taqiqlagan. Chunki oldindan aytib qo'yilgan bo'ladi. Vaqtida kelinsin.
Ma'naga bo'yicha ma'naviyat tushunchasiga qanday ta'rif berish mumkin?
Ma'naviyat tushunchasi insonni o'zi ikki xil anaqasi bo'ladi. Birinchisi tashqi ko'rinishi bo'lsa, keyin ikkinchisi ichki ko'rinish birinchi bo'lib o'sha ma'naviyati mukammal bo'lsa, o'zi ma'naviyatli insonni qo'yadi. Insonlarni har xil turlari bor. O'sha ma'naviyat rivojlanadigan bo'lsa ham, u ham o'zini kelajagi har tomonlama maktabgacha maxsus oliy ta'lim kadrlar tayyorlash kadrlarni qayta tayyorlash malakasini oshirishlar bor va maktabdan tashqari
Yoshlarga bu narsalar qanday bu narsalar birinchi bizda masalan shu bolalar
yoshlarga hozirgi kunda hamma anaqada ta'lim sifatini yaxshilab berilishi, ularni sog'lig'ini oldindan har xil himoya qilib berilishi, tadbirkorlikni ishini yaratishlariga
ta'limga siyosatni O'zbekiston qaysi
To be honest, my family is still not so, to be honest, sometimes my sphere of teaching is basically something. Some subjects were very difficult for me when I started at school, for example, physics, math, and others. When I tried to learn something, for example, for math or physics, I had to learn the formulas for something. I search for the information and formulas on the website. Then I take them thoroughly and ask for help from my friends who studied science program and my teacher. And they help me to solve and to learn something.
Do you think that science is only mathematics and biology or chemistry, these kinds of subjects?
Basically, yes.
What about information technology? Is it science?
Yes, it's science and it's more connected to math and technology.
Have you ever learned information technology to implement your lesson?
Yes.
Did you use any kind of just
Yes.
devices while you are implementing?
Yes,
or while you are learning?
Okay, I use the couple and quizzes when I teach my students, and we use the website as IMD when I order them to write some writing test 1 or test 2. This is the best site for me to check and to give them feedback as instructor. It gives the feedback in a minute.
You mean by this you mean that information technology is also science? Yeah. So you have to talk about it.
Yes. But anyway, if I want to enter to some university which is based to IT, I have to call the exam to take the exam. So math is
This is the core subject that you
math.
right?
No, it's not horror, but it's somehow difficult for me. I had always difficulties with my math programs. But in the fall, interactive teaching metodunu başlatabilirim. İlk okuş metodu bu bizim düşüncem boyunca okuyucularına bu zaman başladı. That's
In English.
English. Okay. Interactive teaching method is to make students to work themselves independently. For example, when I teach them, I use this kind of method. I divide them into 2-3 groups and give them some assessments, and they try to do it in team building. And then after that, they have to present their presentation, or for example, I have recently gave them the task to present. I divided them into 2-3 parts, and I gave them devices. They had to advertise their device and to sell it and it. And so first group took phone. The second one vacuum cleaner, and the third one's technology was iron. It was really interesting. They just imagined how new technology types like irons, which make the ironing itself that analytical. They made it. They made their advertisement. It was very interesting, and they worked in a team building, and they all was supportive. It was very it was very productive for their using their English during their discussion, and for when they were making presentation, they just always supported each other and they helped each other. So they don't get any, they don't get bored during this lesson when I use interactive.
Do you make teaching methods, your teaching methods
Yes,
in your lesson?
during my lesson, I used some games for, I can call these games like blow-up games. First of all, when I start my lesson, I just use this kind of method. I just think about some game. For example, if the last lesson I told them some vocabulary, I ask them to come to the blackboard, and I don't ask them the words to write or the description. I just write the words on the board, and they come to the student who will come to the blackboard. If he doesn't look at the board, he looks only to the students, and I write the new word there. And the students have to explain it in English to describe him the word, but they don't see the word. And so he tries to find this word. So the same time simultaneously, the students try to describe this word, and they use English words anyway. And I don't let them speak English. I just give my role for English, and they have some difficulties. They try to speak in English, but I just lower their rate if they speak English. So they use English, and he tries to understand them in English, and he tries to understand. So there is a result. After this game, they always remember this.
Next.
Describe the time you received cargo service. Okay, I remember this kind of cargo service. It was 2 months ago. When I met with my friends, we went to the cafe very soon. We ordered cheese pizza and some coffee, Americano and cappuccino. The pizzas were delicious, and pizzas were delicious, and the service was good. But we had to wait for an hour for getting our pizza ready. So we tried to be patient. We ate this because the pizzas were delicious, even the service wasn't so good. So later on, we decided to have some sweet. We ordered cinnamon, and they bring the cinnamon in 7 minutes. So we waited, and we were patient. But later on, when we were leaving the cafe, I ordered a cinnamon for takeaway. With me, I ordered them 24, but that's important to us. SMS bu. O zaman şöyle to my mind, I don't think so, because sometimes we need the time to go to everything, and sometimes in this time we will can create something new for ourselves, and during the time when we don't do anything, we have a time to create something or create ourselves and our interests. For example, according to the research made by US American researchers, they say that being lazy sometimes can be useful for people in order to find and develop themselves and work on themselves. For example, during this time while we were at home or while you are busy, while you are not busy and let's say just flying and seeking something, it means it gives you a chance to create and improve your creativity in your mind. And according to this researchers, lazy people sometimes triggered by their free time, and they just try to create something. And according to legends, let's say American people say lazy people can be inventors in the future. For example, mostly inventors give their free time for themselves, and they didn't do anything. That's why I think in some cases, even students should have some time to do nothing. For example, they should just digest what they have learned, and they should just learn, and they should just think what they are going to do next. And it will be a time period that allows them to think thoroughly about their achievements and about their future plans, and they can continue their learnings or study according to their interests and according to their ambitions and purposes. That's why the principle of nothing, principle of doing nothing isn't a waste of time. Sometimes can be taught during lessons in order to give students a chance to think and to do their plan beforehand in order to get their achievements and targets.
Okay, what do you do in your free time?
In my free time, the first thing I do is my household work, because I'm married. That's why it is the first thing I do. During the weekdays, I don't have time to do it, because I and my husband work together in the evening, and we have our online translation website, and we will be busy with it. That's why housework is the first step. If I have a free time for this, I always try to read some articles or research-based papers in English and in Turkish language, because these languages are my interest. That's why I try to work on myself and read scientific papers.
Okay, so one more question. I'm sorry for that, but actually your speech is good. So I mean that I would like to ask you a question about grammar.
Okay.
So could you answer me what's the difference between using gerund and infinitive after the verb forget?
After forget, okay.
Yeah.
Forget can take after itself gerund or infinitive. If we put gerund after forget, it means the activity that we have done before. And if we put to infinitive, it doesn't take infinitive, bare infinitive. If we put to infinitive, it means this activity hasn't been done by us before, and we are forgetting it. Yes. For example, I never forget meeting you. It means we have met beforehand. That's when we.
Next question.
Second question: what sounds remind you of your childhood? The sound which reminds me about my childhood is birds chirping because in my childhood I used to wake up very early and I used to help my mom during the day, and in the evening I always try to help my father before going to school. After going to school during the day, I just dedicated my whole time for my studies, and in the evening for my mom and household chores and my family. The bird chirping was always the sound which I first heard when I woke up and opened my eyes, because it was very quiet and tranquil in the village in the early morning, because people start waking up, and it is the time when birds wake up before people, and they just sing their songs in branches and trees, and you will just hear it. And this is the sound which commemorates me the time when I had just a carefree childhood, and I had nothing to worry, and I had nothing to, for example, try to achieve and work hard. So I always try to, when I go to village, my hometown, I usually wake up early and try to listen birds chirping while they are very happy in the early time. So I just give my some time in this moment in the morning, and I just listen to their songs, and just commemorate my childhood memories, which I spent in my village with my parents. And unlike now, I'm far away from my hometown and far away from my family members. So birds chirping is just closest thing to me, which relates to my childhood and which relates to my childhood memories with my close people and loved ones. Next question. How is now, principles in education can be divided into two groups. They are subdivided into two groups. For example, education principles for younger learners and younger generation, and principles for older generation. For younger generation, education principles can be divided into three criteria. The first criteria is activity, because younger learners always try to be active, and they are not tolerant to stay in one place and learn something throughout the whole long hours. That's why being active or encouraging them to be active is the first principle in education, to teach younger learners. And the next one is involving education into the game. When we involve education into the game, it will be easier for younger learners to study and get the target what they are going to do.
Stratejik tutuyorsun.
Yok, fakat uzun süre içerisinde geçti. Yani çok şey.
Nasıl güzel.
Ayşe'nin
Stratejik.
yani hiç midem ağrıdı. Yani midem gitti.
Toplama.
Then we got second.
I have other things that 45 and 65. My first question, what taught you how to cook? My mother taught how to cook me, and my first cooking is a fellow, the summertime fellow. Firstly, I should cook how to cook each fellow, and firstly we should soak oil, and after that we should cut meat and onion and cook fried it. And this is a very delicious meal in our country, because this meal is national. And in our summer period, also many people like this fellow, this meal. And this meal is very beautiful for everybody. And in our country, polo is very famous and very popular. Foreign country people also know about our polo and more and more these people want to eat this polo. My second question is always happened. As of already allowed in my family or I should ask in English, yes?
Good answer.
Okay.
Should
Teaching high quality profession and teaching high quality. And according to the profession, for example, a law, teacher, or other IT or medical points, more and more high profession can practice it in our country. My last question is about good luck in your country. In my country, the good law is the gender equality and other laws. Women can work everywhere and go everywhere. They can study as a man. Men also work as a woman. Do you have a question?
Yes, we have a question. So first of all, why did you go from this question to another question without asking us, without just giving permission there? And one more thing I'd like to ask you. So imagine that you have different kinds of levels in your group. How do you just divide them into parts? Do you divide them into parts by looking at the list at your journal? Or are you going to divide them according to the year level? Okay, how do you implement, how do you apply your job to them?
Firstly, we can test it according to the level, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. After that, we can know their level and we can divide it into the levels first.
You can divide them into levels. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so one more question I'd like to ask you. Can you tell me the difference between this and the words gerund and infinitive, usage of gerund and infinitive after the word regret?
Yes.
Okay. Regret. So when do you use regret after gerund after the word regret? And when it comes to infinitive, when do you use infinitive?
More time. When we use infinitive, words can sound.
Could you tell me any kind of example with the past perfect continuous? Continuous, yeah. Example.
I have been taught
Have been taught. I had been teaching. Now I have been
yes, continuous.
past perfect continuous.
Yes, actually use past perfect continuous.
Okay. If they have any kind of question, you are welcome to ask. So again, push. No question. Okay, thank you.
Family nasıl? Ankara var. Komil var mı? Orada bir tane var mı? Borç masası yapmak istiyorum. Ben de yapmak istiyorum.
The first question is how are you using and how to learn the environment in online teaching? The mostly now the online teaching is not so efficient because in our country in most regions and districts there is no good internet connection. That's why we don't always use online teaching because of our low internet connection. But in regions with good internet connection, it's the best way to learn any kind of new language or subjects by online. And I think the best way to conduct online lesson is to provide students with good motivation, and also we should provide students with good instruments like laptops or computers. And while teaching online, teachers should have most qualifications apart from traditional teaching methods. And online teaching is kind of
Okay, what kind of platform or something do you use while you're teaching?
We can use different platforms like Zoom, in most cases, and also we can use video chats by Telegram on Telegram, and there are other software programs which I don't exactly their names. Most teachers use, and online by having online lessons, we can save our time on the roads and also our money for our road trip. And another way, the online teaching is more flexible rather than traditional teaching, and it can be more useful for people who have their another job or study, and by
having online lessons, they can plan their time and can also learn another new skills.
The other is, yeah.
Other skills.
Okay, so one more thing I'd like to ask you here. So could you differentiate me the difference between what methods and techniques?
Techniques.
Yeah, or approach or method. It doesn't matter.
Approach.
Either methods or technique or approach and method.
Mm.
What is the difference in that? If I'm not mistaken, you talked about what? You have talked about the different methods, am I right? So what is the difference between method and technique?
Technique. I think technique is mostly about how to plan the lesson, and method is how to conduct it more efficiently. And there are different kinds of methods like direct method or cooperative method and communicative language teaching methods. In the last method, for example, students can learn how to learn language while learning their school subjects like biology or history, and about techniques. Teachers can conduct their lessons first by starting asking their homeworks and then explaining new topic. And in order technique, they can start teaching new topic and then ask their homework.
Okay, could you tell me the formula? I mean, any kind of example for future continuous in passive.
Future continuous in passive.
Example.
Future continuous. The new school building. No, I think we cannot use speech patterns in passive.
Okay, instead of future continuous, what do we use?
Future simple.
Future simple. Okay, give your example any kind of sentence for future simple. That's it.
In 2025, any school building will be built in this area.
Okay. So, do you have any questions? Shall I get? Do you have any questions? No. Can she skip on question 2?
Onun çıkarılışıyla icra edici farklılardan olarak ilerinin vakalatları onun çıkarılış farklılar aslında oynayabiliriz ve adaşmasının hiç bilgiye sayılmıştır. İcra hakimiyeti bazıları mahkemesi.
Şurada geçici ekleversin mi?
Ne demek? Republic of Uzbekistan, there are the main types of government organizations. They are law producers, sorry, I don't know, legal charge.
Okay, we just skip to next question.
Third question. Describe the time that you took medicine. You should say when it happened, who gave it to you, why you had it, you have how we can understand it. Some years ago, we underwent disastrous period in our coronavirus. At this moment, we had to get vaccine to avoid catching virus. At that moment, our the nurse of our local hospital asked me that I should get medicine, and at that moment there were doses like the vaccines were totally useless, and having them is was harmful, and I ignored the offer of our local hospital nurse, and but at the end, she urged me to come to the hospital, and then I had to get vaccine, but it didn't affected me badly, and I felt very good at that moment, and I had the vaccine 3 times every time.
How you go national or
Then I have answered it.
What is that?
So,
7.5?
but my speaking is 6.5.
What about other criteria?
My listening is 8.5. My reading 8, and my writing 6.
Writings?
Gelin atmakta Oğlan
İnsanın unikasından ayrılır.
Şimdi nasıl bir olmuş yapacak değil. Çok da. Okuduğu da ya.
But it's
Kimse unikasından ayrılır. Kimse Birincisi, unikatlarla ayrılır. Unikat primerlik oluşuyla, unikat degeni, mahracı unik derecelerden korkuldan sonra nedir? Yani mahracı unik vakaf odasının doşesonlar olsun, unikat dinlerdir. Unikatı koşuyor dış kanalıyor. Yok ki bir kutu adresiyse unikatı falan bu nedir? Mesela, kasıp olakta 7 taksın önüne, unikatı koşuyorsa, yok günler yetiştiriyorsun nedir? İnsanlara ayrılmış konumunu asıl soru şekilde, anlı boşluğu nedir? Bu şekilde yorumlayarken de bir gün sonunda, oradan sonrasında, yüzden sonrasında, milyon ayrılır. Kuşun derece. Mahracı, bu katı bölüm. Eğer mahracı bakın bölümse, suratlar koşularda mahracı kalçı kalır. Agar bakın bölümse, ilk tanımları, yani bir kere bölümler basın topladı, bu mahracı keyiflidir. Yine o birinci de başlayalım. Yok ya, kuşun ayrılır. Bu tartışmalar bunlar yolundadır. Agar tartışmamız startları yoksa suratlar kuvvet mahracı parçası bu işte birinci tartışmalı bir yolundadır. İki çıkarlar kuvvet ve elçilerini toparlayalım. Ve toparlayalım.
Kasıtlar belirtilmiş. 10 katlar belirtilmiş.
O gün bir şekilde kufayet edilip, yıldan iki kitap konadısı, üçüncü sınırlar. Yani iki kitap son böyle. Mesela doğumdan geçtiğinde, doğumdan bir kufayet yaptı. Bir kitap bir kufayet edildi.
Ve düşündük ki ahırlar
Bir bu süreniz. Cem bir buradan Cem işte son modeli sana çıkan. Böyle son modeli işte. İkinci komeden işte bu. Bir buradan Cem işte son modeli. İkinci üçüncü sınırlar. İlk desin bir yılısın.
iki tane de onunla başka sınav veriyor.
Bir buradan ikinci sonra.
İngilizce oluyor.
Özbekistan Devleti'nin iki maçı İdval'daki İlm'de bir oyuncu sonra harmonizasyon karışık açıklaştı oyun Özbekistan'da tane düşünüldü. Bu da aynı maddeye gelmesine bir Avrupa Birliği'ne karşı güreşmedi. Onların için
Hayat doğru çıkartısı var.
hayatta olduğundan bölgesindeki böyle. Bunu yok atıp onaydı. Fakat sağ olduğuna olup kamera kaçırdı falan. Yolda geçmedi.
Double set as first thing in King soul.
Zaten de işte bu doğrusu yapmayı, bu yetkinlikte bir yani, şu yetkinlikte olayın için bir doğrusu ötesi mümkün. Bundan sonra bir kombinası bu. İlk olaydan en büyük sıfır taksim ilk kere. Bunu yaparsan, yetkinliğine koyup korsan 20 adım çıktı. Şimdi asıl bir kombinadan anlatsa, şimdi kata sonra gelişmesinde, bu 100 benim kadar işte o gelişmesinde de şu kombinayı koysak olacak. Agar kanma gibi bunu çıkıp olacak olacak.
Evet. Formasına.
En olayda en büyük sıfır taksim. İkiye bölüşmüş sebebi, iki nokta, önemli göstermek, işte problem sonucu, ikiye bölüşmüş. İşte sonucu, ilk nokta problem sonucu.
Başka çıkartımlar mesela ziyaret 5 kavram birbirine koşta sağlayıp çıkarırsa mantıklı. 5 kavram birbirine sorarsa sağ. Şu olmalı. Demek ki işte sınıf yaşındayken
İkisi.
Az önce koşmuş soru değil.
önce olmalı. Hani sana bir şey yapmışsa da sana çok bakımdan anladığım bir onu etti tüm üç. Hocam da kendi son perspektif, tüm perspektif.
Sonra, bir geldi. Agar o yedi ondan bak, o yedi ondan kurduysak, o yedi ondan kurduysak. Agar 5'te bozar, güneş 10, 7 saksı okudu, ne kimse yok.
Ya bu değişen bir problem.
5'ten boşaltıyor. 5 gözüyle ortak sablanады. O kimse yapmamış. O bir kapıda geldi. Kim soru çekende, ortaca ben 3 yer çıkardım. Oşanın boşluk çok kim soru gelmiş, soru böyle. Agar soru kim 3 böyle, pasak kapıda 3 böyle. İndi çok önemli bir çıkardım yani. İşte onun bir şey herhalde.
Kız bir de ben de aldım. Önce hani resmi yani merhaba. Bakalım. Hadi orada çözüm var mı? İkinci batış yakınlandı. Batış hoş. İki suhbat neticesinde okuyup dinlese bu kaminatında komisyon kararı boyunca bana bakılandı ve o'tdi o'zbekiston olay yo'li. İbadet ve Dildor Hamdirat Bekir'den o'tdi. Askar ve Mahmud'da to'liq kızdı o'tdi. Boziy ve Nadira Erkin'den o'tdi. Yusuf ve Oruzqo'dan Fazliddin kızı o'tmadi. Komil ve Muhtasar Abdullah kızı o'tmadi. Ve Karim ve Nosmahan Muhittin kızı o'tdi. Shu o'tgan nomzodlar kadrlar bo'yicha ariza topshirishlari mumkin. Jamshid tomonidan tavsiyaga kiritildi. Katta rahmat.